Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my absolute favorite chocolate chip cookie recipes. The cookies come out very sweet and chewy and they're just delicious. So we're going to need a couple of different ingredients to make this recipe. You're going to need all-purpose flour, brown sugar, baking soda, vanilla extract, 2 sticks of butter, chocolate chips of course, 2 eggs, a mixing bowl, a saucepan, and then you can't forget your cookie baking sheet. So we're gonna start off by preheating the oven to 375 degrees, which I've already done. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt the butter in our saucepan. So the next step after your brown sugar and your butter has sat for about 5 minutes, it should look like this, we're gonna start adding eggs to it. As you can see, there's one in there already. So you're gonna need 2 eggs for this. 1 egg, you're gonna need just the yolk. So I have found the best way to separate it is just to crack the egg and kind of toss it back and forth between the shells until you get just the yolk of it, none of the egg white, and then just put it right into the mix. The other egg, I typically crack in a bowl in case any shells break out so I can easily pick it out. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it into my mix. What we're gonna do next is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I could just get this from any grocery store, it doesn't matter what kind. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon, right there, over the bowl, pour it right in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix this together. So what we're gonna do next is add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I like to kind of rub it off in the bag so we don't have too much. And do 3 cups. And I also like to just start to stir it in so it's not as chunky or as difficult to mix together once you have all 3 cups in here. It just kind of keeps things moving. All right, let's go on to the second cup. So we're just gonna mix all that in together. So what you're gonna need is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You wanna make sure that it's nice and dry so it doesn't stick. Just go into your box, get out a teaspoon, just like that, and sprinkle it in. What you're also gonna need are 3/4 teaspoons of salt. So I went ahead and did that. I'm just gonna sprinkle that in. Again, you want to mix it up, and at this point it'll start to get a little bit rough on the mixing end of things, and maybe a mixer would come in handy at this time. And now it's time for my favorite part, the chocolate chips. So feel free to put in as many as you want, as little as you want. I like to overdo it. I love chocolate chips, eat them every day. So I really like to make my cookies super chocolatey. And again, you can use your spatula. You can kind of fold it with your hands. I'm gonna give you an up-close look at the cookie dough. Super chocolatey. Even smells like cookies already. So what we're gonna do next, now that the dough is completely all mashed together, we're gonna start putting it on our baking tray here. I have a pretty large baking tray, so I think I'm gonna be able to put this entire thing on here. I'm just gonna separate it out into little 2-inch balls, and it starts to fall apart in your hand, it's okay. I find that if I just roll it, helps them stick together. After you have your cookies lined up on your cookie sheet, just like that, again, don't forget to use something that'll keep the cookies from sticking to the tray, like either like a non-stick sheet, a nice cooking spray, use coconut oil, or you can put parchment paper down, that works as well. Make sure your oven is preheated at 375 degrees, and pop these cookies into the oven for about 7 to 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them. So it's been about 10 minutes, and I think my cookies are ready to come out of the oven. Let's check it out. Make sure you share your photos with ACF. I'd love to find out how your cookies turned out. Thanks, guys. And one last thing. When your cookies are done and they've cooled down for a little bit, make sure to get a glass of milk and enjoy them.